Hi everyone, we are Topaz Labs, and we are here to tell you about Project Starlight, the world's first diffusion-based video enhancement model. We are really excited about this model. We've been doing video enhancement for 20 years now, and this is probably the most excited we've been about any model since we first released Video Enhance. And the reason for this is it's truly a technological jump. It's not just an incremental improvement like we have been doing for the last 5 years. And these tech innovations allow us to do things that were previously impossible before. Before we get into it, one of my favorite clips that we put in Starlight is this one of JFK over here, where you can see the original shot in over 50 years ago. And you can see that the before is extremely noisy and compressed. And the after looks like it was shot on a modern camera yesterday. This is just one example out of many that we can show you throughout this video, but wanted to give you a quick taste first. Like I said before, this is a true tech innovation, and we have Kevin with us today to tell us how we did it. So what's the magic sauce, Kevin?
Let's assume you have a 1080p video, like 1,000 frames, that it has very bad quality. You know that each frame can be bad in a different way, so it is super challenging because if you look at the pixel numbers, each frame we have 2 megabytes pixel. In total, we have 2 billion pixels. So it's kind of a 2 billion by 2 billion complexity problem if we want to use all the information to restore it. So what we're doing is that we use a diffusion approach. We start with pure noise. It looks like that we're solving a puzzle by putting the right pixel into each location. So basically, we're figuring out like 2 billion locations. And we're trying to, in order to recover 1 pixel, we look at all the 2 billion pixels. So it's very computationally intensive, but the result looks fantastic. So I will show one result from our customer. The first video, you can see that is from the original video. You can see a lot of noise and dust and scratch, and also quite blurry. The second one actually is restored by the traditional approach. You can see that it somewhat removes some of the noise, but you can still see some of the noise in quite a lot of frames, and also you cannot remove the dust and scratch, and it still remains very blurry. So this third video is from Starlight. You can see this is fundamentally different. It removes all the noise, also all the dust and scratch, and also is very sharp. It's kind of bring the old footage to modern age.
I definitely agree with you, Kevin. Starlight has been a massive change from the product to the research behind it to the way users experience it. One of my favorite clips is early on our testing with some Wright brothers footage. That's one of the most extreme cases of low quality video out there. And even though the clip isn't perfect, it's really a strong indication of what's possible with this model and how different editing teams and visual effects artists can start to use it to really breathe new life into their archival footage. So we're really excited to see that. And because of the extremely high GPU demand of the model right now, we're offering it on our cloud rendering service, but that's also enabled us to make this model technically the most accessible one ever in video AI through the web app. For the first time, you can just be on your web browser, try out a 10-second clip completely for free right now, which Eric will talk about more. And that will be probably the fastest way anybody has ever experienced enhancement through our models before. Another really interesting use case, which we were surprised by in the development process, was using Starlight for high-resolution video that shows severe aliasing. It's kind of an edge case, but in many cases, that could be the difference between totally usable footage and a really big problem for production teams. As with our other models, it's a process of discovering what it can really help with and bringing that to users and helping them understand how to choose between our different tools depending on what they're trying to solve.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've been surprised a little bit by some of the results that this model can achieve. For example, we didn't think it would be good at upscaling generative AI content, but it turns out it's amazing at it. And it's interesting because for this model, we approached it a little differently than we have in the past. In the past, we asked the question, in order to create a model that is fast enough and small enough to run locally, how much quality can we achieve there? For Starlight, we inverted the question and instead said, forget all other constraints. What could we do to achieve the highest level of quality, period, forgetting about anything else? Project Starlight's quality level is the result. Now, it's a massive model, it's pretty slow, it costs us a lot. In fact, every time you run Starlight on the web app right now, we lose money. But the quality is amazing. So now that we know the quality bar is high, we're going to go into it and optimize it and try to make it run on more devices, make it cheaper for us and for you as well. So really looking forward to making that happen. But in the meantime, you can try Starlight right now on your own footage. We cannot wait to see what you create.